Hey, what's going on? It's your boy DJ Mr. Magiic. I am joined by R&B superstars. They're not even small fish, they're big fish. And these ladies in front of me is, when I was younger, this is the kind of music that my mum used to be like, hold on, you need to turn this off. It's too nasty. But you know what? R&B legends in the building.
Wow.
I introduce you. And what's their names?
Tabitha, Athena,
And I'm LaVonna.
And called Kut Klose, man. Thank you very much
Kut
for
Klose
joining
in
me,
the building.
ladies.
Well,
Very
actually,
welcome.
Yes.
Welcome to London.
Me in the bus.
and then closure.
Great to be here. Love it.
How's your flights?
Man, we've had better flights. I ain't even gonna front.
Turbulence?
I mean, not necessarily turbulence, but you know, I don't like the connecting flights. Connecting flights suck straight major AWS.
Where did you go to first?
Toronto.
Okay, stopped in Toronto as well. How long were you there for? A couple hours?
Yeah, so it was a couple hours. And then when we got, you know, inside the plane, we were sitting in the seat where you couldn't even decline. Everybody else declined. So, I mean, even though I'm short and we're short, my neck still felt like a doggone right degree angle when I was trying to do this. I was sleeping like this the whole time, Val. So that's why this back here, if you see me do this, you'll be like, Tabby, it's happening again.
However, for your performance anyway, you're ready for your performance tomorrow, you lot are fresh. Who is sleeping?
Oh, it was me.
You were sleeping?
Yes.
Oh
Right,
my
right,
god.
right.
So everyone was waiting on you because you were sleeping. You
I know.
was in the dream world.
She was getting her season.
But we didn't know.
We
didn't know. They didn't tell
It was
us
spare the moment.
Spare the
As
moment.
most things are in this business, you already know how it happened.
I know.
Now, I hope that, considering we are black and it's black in here, we better see our faces good.
I mean, I got you. I
LaVon
got
might
you.
come up good because she got some of that, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, you know, I'm real choppy, you feel me?
So I'm trying to read the three. So I'm trying to see who's a grandma one. I'm trying
Grandma,
to
we don't have no grandmas. Well, actually,
We're trying to see who's
Who's
the
the
quiet
mother?
one, who's the loud one, and who's a feisty one.
Oh my.
loud and feisty might belong to the same person.
Yeah?
That's
Okay.
loud.
This is
Okay.
loud one and it feisty.
Okay, so would you be the one to tell, come on girls, we need to hurry up. Our show's coming up soon.
No.
Now, who's the
not
mother
really.
of the group?
Yeah, who's the mother?
Who take care of everyone?
Yeah.
I'll probably take care of her, because I beat your ass if you do anything to LaVon or a thing that's your ass pimping, period.
Cool,
There you go.
Cool.
Before anybody else move anything, you ain't got to worry about it. They ain't got to say nothing.
Yeah, she is, but I will remind them. Oh, y'all, we got
Yes.
show.
She
I'm
does
always
do that.
texting. Yeah. I text a
Yes.
lot.
Well, remember? And I'm like, we remember LaVon. And then the part that she be reminding us would be the part that we need to be reminded of sometimes. I'd be like,
I'm like, hello, let's talk. Yeah.
yeah, she always like, we need to talk all the time. And I'm like, we ain't that much doggone talking in the world, man. But she right, though, we do need it. Because communication, it's almost like if you had a relationship and you stop communication, be like, what you been doing, man? I ain't talked to you in a long time down. You been doing something with somebody. You ain't trusting that joker, right? All the way together. So we got to keep the communication up so we can keep things rolling.
Yes.
Yeah.
We got a boulder to doggone direct, you know, down the hill.
So how did the three of you lot get together?
Oh, God, that question again? I want y'all to come up with better questions. But you never asked it, so I guess you
I
can
guess,
ask it.
yeah.
First time.
It was Jesus.
It was Jesus.
Yeah,
Well, talk to me
period.
about
And that's enough.
that. It was Jesus,
That's
how you
enough.
just naturally just connected together,
I mean,
and
such
then
a long
you found each
story.
other, and then you made such a hit record,
Well,
you know.
Keith Sweat didn't discover us. We
Go on.
discovered him.
Okay.
There you go.
Exactly.
How?
Because we were working with a production company that was working on his album at the time.
Yep.
And so he was actually interested in another girl group.
Yep.
And I was like, take us instead. Take us and see what he think. But he had, you know, they were training and everything, working out and stuff, trying to, you know. And as soon as he heard us without any training, he was like, I'm going to sign y'all, baby. So it didn't take us long to get a deal. We were together for about 5 months.
Whoa.
They didn't really like that to be told that way, but I don't even know why. Because life happens in a lot of different ways. It's just like people who play the lottery, right?
Yep.
Someone wins the lottery. I mean, you gonna be mad because they won it that way? Get over it. Get over yourself. Let's stop camouflaging the stupidity of people, right? Tell it like it is. The truth should always be sufficient enough. If it's not enough, then something wrong with you.
Okay.
Period.
So what was your most memorable experience on tour? Because you lot toured in a lot of places. So what was the most memorable experience?
It's hard. I think Amsterdam was good, right?
What the menus
London.
was.
London is always
It's always good.
I didn't know it then. I didn't know then. You know, but
crazy.
Yeah.
London is always,
Always,
good,
yeah.
like second home for real.
How many times have you been to London?
really, let me go
6
put
or
on my
7,
passport.
I think.
Yeah.
I mean, a
I
lot.
think about 6 or 7 times.
But in here in London, we have experienced the Michael Jackson effect.
Yeah.
And I say that because
Yeah.
people were running after our limo. Like, what the hell?
Huh?
Did they do that? When we first came here, they were running. People was freaking stuck in our dressing room. Was hiding under a table. Like, what the hell? What are you doing? And then it wasn't. No, this was somewhere else. But one memorable moment, we was singing on stage in front of a whole bunch of kids, which was ridiculous because we was grown ups. Even though we were short, they had us with Immature. You remember the group Immature?
Yeah.
Telling us, "I never lie to you." That, you know, when he was singing like that, I'm like, why you got us on the freaking doggone road with these little kids? Like, we singing to 13-year-olds telling us, I like the way you tease me. No, we are adults here. So in that show, we were, you know, saying hi to them. We were singing this stuff, and then they tried to pull us off the stage. And then LaVon was just screaming, trying to get back up from the stage. And Athena looked at her and kept singing, ah! And so I had to run from the other side of the stage to go and help LaVon.
Yeah, she did.
Athena was in the moment. She didn't even, she said, I don't think that really means what it really means.
Yeah, I could have been out.
But yeah, her whole mouth was stretched open like a Cheerio. You know what I'm saying? She was just singing loud and stuff. And so you heard this, ah! I'm like, who the hell is screaming in the mic? It's LaVon. So I had to go and rescue her. That's why I'm the one who give you all kinds of stuff. But yeah, that was the most memorable moment for me.
Wow.
Me too.
Wow. I can tell the dynamics between the three of you now. I
yeah.
can tell who's bossy. I can tell the big boss.
Watch it. Because
Definitely.
I work out too.
Definitely, I can
These
tell.
guns ain't
You
playing.
work out, yeah? So what is your everyday like for yourself? What would you do? So you wake up at what, 9 a.m.?
What now?
6 a.m.? 5 a.m.?
Yes, I have
4
two
a.m.?
daughters.
Okay.
I
How old
have
are they?
young daughters. I have a 7-year-old and I have a 10-year-old.
Okay.
And they go to school. So yes, I'm a mommy like a mofo, man. I wake up at 5:45, sometimes 6 o'clock in the morning, and start them off and get everybody up, fix breakfast, and get them off to school, and then I'll run back and take a shower and go work out, and then I go to work. I still work a 9 to 5 because one job ain't enough pimping. If it was, I wouldn't be on here
Yeah.
like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, I have a very busy life because I have 2 little queens that I'm raising, trying to give them something to look up to.
What you're doing well, it's fine.
I think I'm
Imagine
doing
you're
okay.
hustling, you're making your money, you're making your bread.
You know, sometimes I cuss too much, but you know,
It's life.
you know what the wonderful part about that is? Is that they don't,
See?
because they know better. I'm like, you ain't grown. This is my place. Understand that. So they're able to hear it and not have to experience it.
Okay.
Or they don't slip.
Okay.
They don't slip and say, oh, because they know better. Because mommy work out.
Mommy
That
work
sting
out
on
and
that
just
booty.
giving them
That
guns.
sting on
and
that
just,
booty
hey.
don't be, you know, it
Okay.
ain't fun. So
Okay,
they know better.
okay.
So I attribute myself, you know,
I like
that's
that.
a kind of good bad situation. But it's good because they don't slip.
I like that.
They
So
better not slip.
what's everyday like for yourself?
Well, I'm like a caregiver on the side, so I do that. Like I took care of my grandmother for a long period of time. She passed away a couple years ago, so that was kind of an ordeal, of course, to go through. She was kind of like raised me, her and my mom, and I also help my mom now, so just stuff like that. Just trying to stay creative, stay with these two, and keep.
How's it
up
like
with
managing these two? Because how is it like being with them like on an everyday basis? Because I can imagine you got it's almost like you got one person that's ready to pop off and that will fight off everyone. I can see the moon face there, and you've got someone that is just other side here that's just almost got like the heart of an angel. So yeah, yes.
Well,
I'm
actually,
doing that. I'm going there.
we don't
I'm
live in
going
the same
there.
state.
My job is to get reactions.
It's okay.
My job is to get reactions from
We
all
live
three
in
of
the
you.
same state,
And
though,
that's
so
what I
we're
will do.
separate.
Okay,
Different
all
states?
all
What
three
states?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
She lives in
from where?
Alabama, Kentucky, and I live in Georgia.
Okay, wow.
That's why we need to talk more.
Okay.
And just imagine, we don't live in the same states, but when we get on that stage, we rock that shit. You know what I'm saying? You'll never know it.
That's the beauty.
You never
of
know it.
That-
We don't even practice like that, but when we get those mics, it's like a beauty.
'Cause
For whatever reason.
How I'm seeing it now is that I didn't know that you three live in separate states, but now coming together, it's like I thought that you lot were like sisters, almost like family.
We are. Don't
You
see,
say
you almost got
almost.
something there, did you? We was about to mount up like Voltron.
I mean, it's been over how many years?
20-something, since 1994.
That's a lot.
We do see each other.
Well, we were
Still
together in
you know.
93, right? In 93. And I think Get Up On It came out the end of 94. and then our album came out in
So
95.
talk to me about Get Up On It. That song.
Well, obviously, that's what I did since I got 2 children.
That's why. That song made magic.
Oh, and I like
Honestly, it made
to-
magic, and
Probably because we were on it.
yeah, well, possibly why, but
Did it make
as
magic
you
or
know-
did it make magic?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got some magic came out of those situations for real though, man.
So I've been DJing for almost for a very long time.
Wait a
here
minute,
in
how old are you?
London.
10 plus 3?
I ain't gonna say that age. I'm not gonna say that. But however, yeah.
You don't say
it's-
his age.
I'm not gonna say
Okay.
why. For what?
That's
Anyways,
right.
anyways,
It's just
yeah.
a number. Saying my age,
Just a
it's just a
number.
number. Thank God, wherever I am is where I am.
That's
Thank
it
you,
right
Lord.
there
I feel
anyway.
like I
But
see
however,
something.
when I DJ, whenever I play your song, it goes off. So that's the time where I kind of like tell it. Obviously, everyone slows down. It's coming out to the end of the night, and you know what time it is when I play your song.
So what do you play?
What do I play? I play everything. I'm
He plays
a DJ,
everything.
But however, when I play your song, it's
What
almost like a
song do they
different
have
mood.
the biggest reaction off of?
Get Up On It?
Oh, really?
Really?
Okay.
Here? Really?
What?
Get
Yeah.
on it is bigger than
Hold on.
anything else. Like I like and Twisted.
I will show you how many. When I open up my laptop, and I'll show you how many times I play your song.
Well, I guess we better be getting up on
You'll
it
see
then.
numbers on that anyway, yeah. So that's why this is much more than an interview as well. It's obviously to speak to you in
Oh, that's
person as
what's
well. It's your stuff gets played in London. Hey, so what's next for you?
We're in the studio now.
Hopefully getting off this bus and going to get something to eat.
Okay, yeah, cool.
We're in the studio right now.
Kinda
Not
indulge.
right now, but we're working for new things. Doing new things.
Anything to let me know, like what you're working on coming up in the future? Any artists that you're collaborating up with?
We are doing some collaborations. I mean, I guess you'll just have to find out. But it's gonna be pretty cool.
Okay.
And I do a lot of plays too now. I'm really like acting now.
I love that.
I'm starting to
See,
get into
okay, so this is
all of that.
This is where it
So-
comes from.
I mean, it's all entertainment. You
Yeah.
know, so I'm starting to get into doing
I
plays.
can see you
This
doing
year is my first time doing it.
Yes.
I am currently in 2. In one of them, I play a madam for a sex trafficking play
Different.
called Angel's Palace.
Yeah.
And I also play a sister in this one play called Shop Talk. It's just, you know, you're in a beauty shop or barber shop, you're just talking the crap or whatever about people's lives, and that's basically just something fun to do. But it's a really different kind of atmosphere, but I like it. Because you can be over accentuated in a lot of ways, which I am sometimes.
Yeah, I know. We
So
know.
I can, I can take it down and take it up whenever I need to. A chameleon, like, you feel what I'm saying? But that's something that I really, really like. I like the experience. I like what it's given to me, even with meeting people, or just the only thing about it is that you have to be very careful because you have to invoke spirits when you act.
Okay.
You have to make someone believe whatever it is that you're trying to get them to see. So I think that in that sense, it can be a little dangerous if you're weak. It can kind of like get to your head because you have to portray those emotions, which means you have to ingest it and for it to come out right if you want to, to get people to see it. I mean, that's why Denzel and Halle and all them people are great actors and actresses because they make you because there is something that comes with it. But I tend to keep my spirit intact, so whenever I, get into situations that's a little bit uncomfortable, I try to make sure that whatever it is that I'm trying to convey, that I take that positive part about it and focus on that, and not necessarily the negative parts. Although it takes everything in order to bring it out. But I just, I like that whole feeling.
Okay. So, going and taking what you do into consideration, what advice would you give to all of the young ladies that have watched you in the past and that are listening to your music now? And what advice would you give them today? Because people as you can tell, as we've had a joke on, I am the next generation, and with my generation is I've grown up listening to you. And what would you say to the younger females that are listening to you and trying to get inside the music industry? What words of wisdom would you give to them?
I think everybody should probably answer this, and after I answer this, I'm going to shut my mouth. I feel like when it comes down to understanding a female, first of all, you have to understand what you are great at, because a lot of people in life pick things that they don't necessarily have a purpose to do. So just make sure that whatever it is that you're doing, make sure that it's for you. And not only that, but make sure that your spirit stays on top of it. And that means understanding what you're into so you can know how to, carry yourself, because women are looked at, in a lot of different ways, obviously, in this business and in the world. So you got to be careful in who you allow to be into yourself. I don't like to say that, but you know, try to keep those personal situations away from your business situations because it just jacks it up. And keep a certain kind of integrity and your dignity of yourself, because once you lose that, it's kind of hard to get it back. And make sure that your circle is tight, because if you don't have a good circle, then your direction is going to be every time you turn around, you're going to be turning around, literally.
Yeah.
So and make sure that you keep God in there for sure. That should be first. I think everybody at this point in time in your life, you know, should know that. And if you don't, I'm saying it again. And just have a positive, make sure that everything that you learn is positive, even in the negative. But don't have such sensitive skin where you don't know how to deal with the negative, because then you won't be viable for anything that you do in life, because everything that's you know, wonderful to have is hard to attain. It's not easy.
What advice would you give to the young ladies that are watching you and watching what you do?
I agree with everything she says, of course. I have a 22-year-old and she sings. Okay. I try to give her words of wisdom, and I do, about the business, but she's kind of teaching me some stuff about what's going on today. Like, and I'm like, really? Like, okay, take this for instance. Like, okay, so we're working on some stuff in the studio.
Yeah.
And she tells, and the way we sing, she kind of say, well, y'all don't need to sing it that way, y'all need to sing this way. But when I hear other songs that's played like today, modern, everybody sings the same. So I'm like, well, why is everybody singing the same? What is it that you're going to be different and that is going to put you out there as being like, wow, she's unique?
I agree. I agree with everything that you're saying. It's what's happening with today's music is that it's lacking content. And so that's why the songs that every single one of these artists that is coming today
It's lacking integrity and dignity.
Facts. That's it.
Period.
That's it right there.
Yeah.
And some of the songs that people make nowadays, they'll only be played for a month.
Right.
They'll be playlisted on my show, playlisted on SirGhost show for a month, and
They don't make it to my show.
they don't. Yeah, because they won't even make it to your show.
Because
but-
the substance doesn't
Yeah.
allow it to go the extra mile when you depend on the rest of it to carry it.
So-
And
Yeah.
I say that in order for us to even be legends,
Right.
supposedly, is because our songs had some authenticity with
Stands
them.
the test
when
of
it came
time.
down
That's
to
it right
spirit.
there.
Yeah, 100%.
That's it right there. That's
And the way
right
that
there.
it was said, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I don't think that I would have respected a guy coming up to me saying, ooh, baby, you got a fat ass. You know what I'm saying? That
No,
doesn't do
okay.
anything to me with the way that he approaches me.
You're right.
So what you say and how you do it means a lot. And if you feel that way, even in just that suggestion, then understand music is so much more powerful.
That's
Yeah.
why.
Music is like sorcery, so
Yeah.
you got to be careful with it.
That's why with
Exactly.
you ladies, is I want your music to speak so much more than, or I want your life to speak so much more than your music as well, because there's so much more to you just by talking to all three of you. There's so much more to you. What you've empowered from your daughter that's 22 that is now singing. She's learned from what you've done now, and she's now shaping her life to make her life better.
Yeah.
So young ladies are watching you. Young ladies watch what you do. Young ladies are listening to your music as well. So.
And I will say this, you know, when it comes down to age,
Yeah.
when it comes down to older people, right? Just like you're talking to us, and the question that you asked as far as what kind of advice we would give, you know, other girls who would pay attention to us.
Yeah.
You know, when you get to a point and you understand your purpose, because you have to find out what that is first, so you can be of service in whatever it is that you do in life, so you can be, you know, a part of the circle of life. If you don't understand that, then you'll never be able to get attached in a way where you can see correctly. So for me, when it comes down to growing up, I don't want to be the person that gets old and the only thing I can do is tell stories. You feel what I'm saying? I don't want to just be the storyteller. You know, I want to be a beacon of light and hope when it comes down to the way that I move. Motivate everybody by example. You have to be
I didn't
careful
know that.
with that. Me be all day long, you feel what I'm saying? So I don't necessarily just want to be able to tell them stories. I want to give them some, you know, aspirations and goals of how I got there. You know what I mean? And know that when I sit down to tell these stories, I'm like, I did everything that I could do. I'm very proud of where I was. And so now I'm going to give you the baton. I was like, you know, the spirit stick. I don't like to say that, but that's just what it is for real. So I want to be able to be more than just a voice. I want to be an example.
Example.
Because it's easy to be a voice. when you hear somebody else speak it, we all regurgitate something that somebody else told us, right? But when you live it, it's quite different.
All right, ladies, thank you very much for having come to speak to me today. I love your music. I love what you do.
Thank you.
Please make this be the start of your story. Any books, anything that you can share your story and your platform, what you've done, please do. I promise myself and SirGhost will plug your music forever.
I
do anyway.
Yeah.
I got the quiet storm. Hashtag 9 months later.
Forever.
Know what I mean?
I plug your music anyway, even before I've even met you. But now that I've spoken to you, make this be the start of something great. Ladies, thank you very much for having me
Thank you
today.
so much.
And I wish you all the
appreciate
best
it.
and God bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's like clap for that shit, man. Like, I gotta clap. I gotta get that up. That was a good interview, my nigga.
Ghosts in the building. We've done an interview yesterday. You lot were amazing on the tour bus, and we're here after your amazing performance. When you guys came out, it's like the crowd went wild.
Wow.
The crowd was like, oh my gosh, who are these three ladies in white? Oh my god, like. So you lot just changed the whole game. So I just want to say that you lot are amazing as well. So how's your performance at first?
It's wonderful. I mean, the love is always so well received here. They would give it hard. It was fun. I mean, the kind of love that you want, like if you had a man, I'll just compare it to a man. If I had a man, I'd be like, you ain't going to work tonight. You ain't going to work, so you might as well go and call in.
Yes.
That's the kind of love that I feel for London.
It's amazing. It was amazing. It was very
It was amazing as well. And
Close going up on stage and stuff.
Man, yeah, that was crazy.
Wow.
how could someone throw a belt and you literally picked up the belt?
I picked the belt up and I put it on,
You
yo.
put
It was
the
big,
belt on
but
you and you was
I
like,
wanted
oh
to
my
like a hula hoop. You know what I'm saying? I almost could do the hula hoop too. I probably should have did it, but yeah, you're gonna try that next time.
So,
was
what drives
cool.
you? What drives you on stage?
You guys,
Fans.
the fans. I mean, it's hard to have energy when you're with a dead crowd.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine if you were messing with somebody and they was just a dead. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't nobody want nothing. They want somebody to be alive. I mean, try to take somebody who don't move when you go to bed.
The fans.
You'd be like, man,
Really
I don't think I'm
inspires
calling her
us
back
so
or him back. But yeah, the fans, they do everything that drives us to be able to want to perform for you.
And what I loved on stage was that how all three of you fed off each other as well. So when one person was gonna was drinking some water as well, the other person was singing, and you were feeding off each other as well. So please do not make this be the last of your performances and last time that you're coming to London as well. Because we love you here. We love you, lot, and you need to come back more often as well. So
You
like
gotta
I
make
said,
sure that we come back for all the festivals.
trust me, myself and SirGhost, we will plug you into most UK stations as
All
well.
right.
I've got my own breakfast
that
show
don't
every
happen-
Saturdays on the Beat 103.6 FM as well. SirGhost as well.
Slow jams all day.
Slow jams all day.
Yeah,
You
you
plug
got it.
yourself
Oh,
into every
man.
single network
See,
as well.
If you're ready to replenish the earth with no more children, you better not be playing no slow jams.
No, I did. My show is called The Quiet Storm.
People gonna be
Hashtag
getting in
9
it.
months
Get
later.
down to the get
This
down.
period.
Nookie crannies and
Yeah, that's the whole point.
sucking and licking and kissing.
Yeah, that's
Anyway.
That's it right there as well, man. So,
Oh,
your music changes lives. Your music makes babies.
Whoa! Oh Jesus! Hallelujah! The the visuals and everything. You know what I'm saying? When I visualize myself, I be getting down. But visualizing other people, I'm like,
The world is already
did you
overcrowded.
just say you had a baby off my babies? Well, actually, we probably need some more so we can give them love, motivate everyone by example.
Yeah. So like I said, I don't want to keep much of your time as well because I know that you lot have got a very busy schedule ahead and you're catching a flight today or tomorrow.
It's tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah. So
It's not early in the morning, so I'm thankful for that. We can sleep in a little bit.
So thank you very much. Well, we've spoken to you on your tour bus yesterday as well, and like I said your performance was amazing once again.
Thank
and
you.
please
Thank
do not make this be the last time you come to the UK as well. Yeah. One more thing as well. Can I just get a quick drop as well? Same thing that you've done yesterday, but just after show as well because it wasn't just one enough one as well.
Okay.
Yeah, no fruit.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, Mr. Magic. Yeah.
Mr. Magic. Not the school
Not that
magic
one.
school bus though, right?
No.
Okay, so we're just gonna.
Yeah, same thing.
Okay, this is gonna close. Do you want to sing any rock
Mr. Magic.
Yeah.